Ah, so this is it. Here we are. Lovely, very festive. We like this. Hello everyone. Season's greetings to you all and welcome to our very special edition of Getting By at Christmas with me, James Bye. And welcome to our new location here in Walford. Thanks Auntie Kath for lending us your perfect location to do our new series. Now we're going to bring you 3 festive episodes, each one with a different dish. So we're going to do a twist on a classic Christmas favourite, the sausage roll. We're also going to bring you my dish that I'm bringing to the table that has been feeding my family at Christmas for the last 15 years, the parsnip pie. It's a classic, it's a cracker. And where else would we be at Christmas without a beautiful, delicious pudding? And I'm going to bring you Jimmy's chocolate orange. So sit back, get your utensils ready and join me on our classic Christmas in Walford. Thank you for joining me on our very special episode of Getting By at Christmas with me, James Bye. Now this is our first festive edition of our show and it's a cracker, pun intended. We are going to make a family favourite. We're going to do the sausage roll, but we're going to pimp it up. We're going to put in some cranberry sauce and we're going to put in some Brie to really elevate it to belong on our Christmas table. And we've all had a tough year, we know that. I promise you during this I am not going to mention the C word. The only C word we're saying today is Christmas. So join me, get all your ingredients ready and let's make our sausage rolls. So the first thing you're going to need is a nice big mixing bowl. This is where we're going to bring our sausage meat together with all of our herbs and spices. So before I get started, I'm going to put on the old gloves. We're not going to mix this up. We're going to use our hands. We're going to get involved. It's Christmas after all. It's time to get messy, isn't it? So first of all, we're going to put in our sausage meat, 400 grams of that. And then we're going to put in all of our herbs and spices. Now to elevate things, we're going to use smoked paprika. Chuck it in. We are going to use a teaspoon of sage. We're going to use a teaspoon of thyme. And we are going to use a teaspoon of rosemary. There's also a teaspoon of smoked paprika as well. And then just half a teaspoon of ground garlic powder. Get all that in there. Now's the best bit. So this is where I get my kids involved normally, but they're not here. But, you know, I think I'll do it myself. I enjoy it. So we're just going to bring all that together. Make sure it's all incorporated into the sausage meat. There we go. It feels all right, doesn't it? Look at that. Squash it up. That looks good to me. I'm happy with that. Right, there you go. First job done. So this is where the gloves come in handy, look. We can just put them in the bin there, because there is a bin there. It's not just the floor, I've just thrown that on. Bosh. Next job, we're going to get our pastry. Yes, I have bought pre-rolled pastry. We haven't got the time to make our own pastry. Come on, it's Christmas Day. We want to be opening presents. I don't want to be making puff pastry. We're going to roll this out onto our chopping board. Like so. Now this recipe will make typically about 6 large sausage rolls. I have got, there you go, straight in the bin. God, we put a bin there. We're going to make now, I'm going to section my pastry out. So I would go down the middle to start with and then try and get roughly 6 equal sized bits of pastry like that. Bosh. The next thing we're going to do is put, and I've just realised why I shouldn't have taken the gloves off, because I've got to put sausage meat into our puff pastry. But this is television, and no doubt another pair of gloves will appear thanks to the magic of television. And we do have another pair of gloves because I forgot that we need to put the sausage meat on the pastry. But before we do that, I also forgot to season our sausage meat. So salt and pepper, along with all the other spices and herbs. And here we go, we'll try again, take 2. So now I'm just going to section the meat. Obviously there's 6, so we'll split it in half. And then we'll just split this into 3. Make sure we've got 3 roughly the same size. And we're just going to pop the sausage meat to one end of the pastry to make sure when we fold it all up, it doesn't squish out. There's probably a little bit too much in there. Now you might find that the amount of sausage meat you've got is too much for the pastry, and if that's the case, then obviously you can just reduce it as you're doing it. The beauty of this recipe is we can adjust and adapt as we roll. There we go. It's probably looking all right. So these are quite hefty sausage rolls. I mean, these aren't your average, you know, sort of thing you have down the village fete. These are massive, fat, spicy Christmas sausage rolls. So I've already got a bit left over there. So use that bit. And of course this isn't just what we're adding, no, we're adding, this is a little, let me adjust this because some of these are a little bit too hefty. Right, there you go. That looks good to me. So now I can remove the gloves. We've done the sausage meat in the bin, and we're going to now slice our brie and add our cranberry. I think we'll add the cranberry first. And as I do it, I'm just going to flatten the sausage meat. Look, it doesn't matter if we spill it everywhere. This is Christmas, it's rustic. This is what I do. The boys love a bit of rustic food. If it was all, you know, refined, nah, we ain't eating it in my house. There we go, flatten it down. You might be looking at this going, oh, he's making a mess of that. You'll see. You'll see when it's coming out of that oven. It's all done with love and care and attention and precision. This is precision, rustic approach to sausage rolls. And obviously I'm doing this quickly because I don't want you lot to get bored of watching me put jam, cranberry sauce on sausage meat. You can take your time with it, can't you? Right, so that's that. Now we've got our brie, so we just want to slice our brie into little slithers like this that just fit on top of our sausage. You're probably thinking that this is looking quite rich, and yes, it will be, but it's Christmas. Treat yourself. We've had a tough year. We're not going to mention the C word because we're not allowed to. No, we are allowed, but I don't want to. Fed up of it. It's time to celebrate and have a sausage roll with cranberry and brie. Right, so there you go. We're all set up. Now, you want to beat yourself up 1 egg as your little egg wash, and we're going to put the egg down one side. I'm going to put the egg down one side of the pastry to make sure when we roll up our sausage rolls, it all sticks up, sticks down even, and doesn't spill out when it comes out the oven. Right. That's that done. We'll keep a little bit of egg wash left because we're going to dress, spread it all over. There we go. Just going to roll it up, nice and neat. There's one. Oh, this is lovely. Let's stick into the chopping board, but that's all right. We don't mind that. It's all going, it's all happening. So, a little bit of advice, I guess, as we're going through. A cheeky little tip from Jimmy. I've not done it, but maybe flour, dust your board before you're doing it. You know, so you don't have this problem that I've got. But that's why I'm here. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. You're welcome. Last one. These are all looking delicious. And bam. So we'll squash down the ends on each one, and if you want to make them look really fancy, we're just going to, you could chop off the excess pastry if you wanted to, like this, and then we make sure, like I say, we're going to wash them all, like so, so when they're in the oven, they're all nice and shiny for your guests at Christmas. I'm doing this really quickly, but you don't have to, you take your time. Normally I've got 3 kids snapping around my heels, So I'm used to doing this a little bit frantically. All right, before they go in the oven, we're just going to go along and we're just going to score the pastry like so, to allow any of the hot air to pass through so it doesn't explode your sausage roll. Boom, 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 like this. And there we have it. There are our festive sausage rolls. We put them in the oven. This is why you work on BBC EastEnders, because you're surrounded by professionals. The baking tray is already there. We're going to put these little bad boys in the oven at 200 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven. So we will see you in half an hour. So our sausage rolls have been in the oven for 30 minutes. They are ready to make their appearance. Oh, there we go. Oh, I mean, look at these little fellas. There we are, ladies and gents. Right, so we've got them out the oven peeps. Let's put them on our little cooling tray here. Let's make sure that they're not too hot when everyone wants one. And just for you, because you have joined us on our first episode back, I'm going to show you what you've got to look forward to. And here we go, ladies and gents. That is our Brie and Cranberry Christmas sausage roll. Thank you for joining us on our first episode, and don't forget to join me next week where I will reveal to you the Bie's parsnip pie. See you soon.